Come all you rounders if you want to hear a story about a brave engineer. Now, Casey Jones was the rounder's name. On a 6-8-wheeler, boys, he won his fame. The caller called Casey at 4:30. He kissed his wife at the station door. He mounted to the cabin with his orders in his hand. Took his farewell trip to the promised land. Casey Jones mounted to the cabin.
Hello there. Welcome to come aboard while we take another trip along the model railroad line. My name is David Mays. I'll be your host for this trip, in which we'll be talking about a little feature I have here on a little switching layout. Got a lot of positive feedback concerning my previous video. I was talking about this stretch of concrete road that I have here along the front edge. And with this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about a feature here. Not really getting into a lot of details about the how-to, but get some ideas. And like I said, about a little feature here with this little grade crossing right here. So, okay, with that, let's go and get this trip going. Again, invite you all to come along as we take another trip along the model railroad line. Okay, gonna take a few minutes to show you a feature here on my little switching layout. On this section of the layout, this section of track right here, I use this as a staging track. I mean, the other end of the layout, that's of course where all the switching is done. As I may have said earlier, this layout is based on what's called an ingle-nook design. And the way it's set up is, park the trains here on this section of track, and when the train, ready to operate the layout, I just back the train over onto the other section, do the switching, and then come back here. And like I said, kind of just stage everything here on this section. I do have designed the layout so it could be connected to a bigger layout, which I may do at some point. In the meantime, it is designed so I could take it apart, take it to train shows, other events, and show it off, let people, operate it. There's no runaround track on this layout, so in theory the runaround track is that way somewhere off the layout, where suppose the line connects to another yard or the main line. In other words, the industry that this layout serves is maybe at the end of a branch line or something. Anyway, a little quick description of some of the scenery. Here up front is the concrete road that I talked about in a previous video. Got various scenery here. Got this gully that runs between the road and the track. It's done up on layers of styrofoam, and then actual real dirt, been kind of sifted down to fine size, and then woodland scenery material. Eventually, when I come back and try to put some static grass on here at some point. My sister gave me a static grass applicator for Christmas 2 or 3 years ago, and haven't tried to use it yet, but I want to do that here soon. In the meantime, like I said, I got the concrete road here. Then I got this asphalt road, and it is made way similar to the first road. It's just a sheet of mat board, which I then painted. Actually painted it with this color. Some craft paint from Walmart. You can also get at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, places like that. It's made by Apple Barrel, and the name of the color is Pavement, so appropriate name. And then over here underneath the boxcar is, the grade crossing is a Rerailer. Now, side note, the track itself is all Atlas Code 83, mostly flex track. But I also, like I said, wanted to come up with a way which would make it easier to put the cars on the layout, when I'm taking them on and off. And I came up with the idea of using a Rerailer here and then disguising it as a grade crossing. Here's another one, show you to you. What Atlas did with these Rerailers, if you look real close, you may not be able to see in the camera, but if you have one in hand, look real close, there's actually a texture right there, kind of suggesting pavement. So in a way, they kind of made it with the intent that it could be disguised as a grade crossing, which is what I did here. Now, of course, when it comes to actually operating the layout, let's just say this train is, say, the previous operating session. Right now it's parked here on this section of track. In theory, it could have kept going to whatever connection it had. But, to actually change the cars out, kind of reach over here and handy bamboo skewer. Get that between the coupler like that, and here we go. There we go. And then just kind of push the engine out of the way. And then just take the cars off. Like that. And there we go. Okay, one more. And then to get ready for the next operating session, in my imagination, it's probably the next day the train makes its switching run. Just turn the caboose around to simulate being a different train. There you go. And grab a box that has some other cars in it. Move that out of the way. There we go. Next car. Alrighty. And then just back the engine onto the train. And it's ready for the next operating session. Okay, a couple other things. Again, sceneries by Woodland Scenics. Ballast on the track, that's some great light gray ballast I got is from a company called John's Lab. I don't know if they're still around or not, but got a good product. And cars, various places to get those. Yeah, like I said, that's how I'm doing it. Okay, alrighty. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little trip that we just took along the model railroad line. Got some plans for some future videos where I talk more about maybe some how-to projects. Also do a little more showing off some projects, some things that I've done, and perhaps just talk about model railroading in general. Again, like I said, I got some ideas and looking forward to doing them. So again, thank you for watching, for tagging along, and we'll see you again somewhere down along the model railroad line. In the meantime, you have a good day. We'll talk soon. Bye.
Mrs. Jones had on her bedside just received a message that Casey was dying. Said, go to bed chillin' and hush your crying, cause you got another papa on the Salt Lake line. Mrs. Casey Jones got another papa. Mrs. Casey Jones on the Salt Lake line. Mrs. Casey Jones got another papa on the Salt Lake line.